Hey yo, it's Lano and welcome back to another episode here on the CraftWorks SMP. Today we're kicking things off back here at the start of the Mega Base, and I've been sitting around here staring at this shulker monster that I've got going, and I need to get this taken care of. This is getting out of hand, and this is only going to get worse. I mean, I haven't built out here in 2-3 weeks now, so there's no reason that all of this should still be out here. I've just been too lazy to put it up, but I also need a storage room out here for everything else going forward. And that's also a problem because for me to figure out where that's going to go, I have to figure out the start of the main structure of the Mega Base. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Lane, you haven't really done anything else. You've just done this entryway here. And you're right. You are entirely right. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to need to add these towers going all the way around the mountain over here. I'm probably going to stop once I get over there to the snowy area because I don't really like building around the snow. And I'm probably going to wrap it around this other way over here as well. And that'll be something going forward. I'm not really stressing about that today. Right now, I just want to go ahead and start getting, well, the facade of the main part of the structure that's going right here in. I've been planning and planning and planning, and I'm still not entirely done planning just yet. But I've got a massive structure that's going in. It's going to go in like right about here. And this will honestly end up being the largest structure that I've ever done to date. The facade of it, no. Once the build in its entirety is done, yes. But even the facade is going to be absolutely huge. You think those two towers was tall? You haven't seen anything yet. So yeah, I need to get that figured out. Once I get the facade put in, then I can start getting the shell put in and then start working a little bit on getting an area designated for the storage room because I am really gonna need that. And again, I'm not done planning this out just yet. I've got a little bit more work to do and so on. It's really been a challenge because I am going really out of my comfort zone with this build. So much so that I've even had to reach out to a couple of the other crafters just for, well, opinions because I don't know if what I'm doing is gonna work or not. So I guess we're going to figure it out. If I put this in and it ends up being the ugliest build I've ever done, so be it. I've got to learn somehow. So yeah, I'm going to continue to plan and start getting things together. And I will see you guys here in a bit. All right, I am back now. And I think I am done planning the facade of this build. And all I have to say is, holy moly, how big this thing is going to be. And how many resources I'm going to need. It's going to take me a long time to get these resources together. So yeah, I need to go ahead and get started on that. But while I'm doing that, I want to give you guys a little sneak peek into something that we're starting here on the CraftWorks server. So yeah, just go and check this out. So what I wanted to show you is right over here. Now at first glance, this might look just like an ordinary pier. And while that might be the case, this pier does serve another purpose. Since the beginning of the season, and actually probably a little bit before the beginning of the season, Izzy and I had talked about doing a CraftWorks podcast, and this is where we wanted to do it. We wanted to set up a little area for us to fish and just kind of hang out and talk and whatnot. I mean, it's a podcast, right? You're not really going to be watching it. You're going to more or less be listening to it. So we just figured, why not sit out here and fish and hang out and talk and interview some of the other crafters and go over some other topics that, well, you know, it just that we find interesting, right? I mean, that's kind of the point of a podcast. So I can't wait for you guys to see what we've got in store there. And honestly, I can't wait to see what we have in store there. Like, we've got plans, but we don't really know how any of this is going to go just yet. We don't have a release date for it or anything like that. We're still working on it. Admittedly, we've already recorded the first couple of episodes. We just haven't got them edited down and put them out just yet, or at least as of the recording of this clip. Yeah, I just can't wait to see what comes of that. Admittedly, whenever I say we recorded the first couple of episodes, I mean Izzy recorded the first couple of episodes because I forgot to hit the record button. As you guys can hear, I'm fighting a cold right now, so my brain is not functioning as normal, and I didn't think to hit the record button. Keep an eye out on her channel. You guys can kind of get a little bit of an idea as to what we are going for with this podcast. And again, I just can't wait to see what comes of this. I think this is going to be an amazing thing. I think it's going to be an interesting thing. And I feel like some of the fans being, you know, in the CraftWorks fan Discord, which there's a link to in the description, by the way, you know, the ones that have chatted with us and stuff, I feel like they would really be interested in this. I really can't wait to see what everybody thinks of this. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get back to doing whatever I need to be doing. Okay, so I was going to get back to doing what I needed to be doing, and then I stepped into my house, and apparently this guy is here. Okay. I guess we have an armadillo named Scooter now, and there's a sign over here. Named Scooter, he's 4, male. Okay, he likes Diodario. Okay, so I don't know if this is like a guitar reference or not. So as a lot of you know, I'm a musician, right? And Diodario is my preferred string brand for my guitar. So I don't know, that's kind of cool. I like this. Yeah, now I know Izzy said as I logged in that there was a gift left here. So I'm assuming this is what she meant, and I love this. I'm gonna have to keep him around. Thank you for that. Anyway, I guess now I need to go and get resources for this build. I will see you guys back at base. All right, back over at the Mega Base now, and before we get started, I just want to say if my voice sounds off, it's because I am now developing a cold. Yeah, not fun. But yeah, so I thought I was only going to need a few shulker boxes worth of materials, and yeah, this is definitely a few. But I have everything here that I need to get started, and this is gonna be, it's gonna be something. I don't even know what to say about it. When I'm done with this build this season, it will probably be the largest thing I think I have ever built. And honestly, it might end up being the largest thing that has ever been on the CraftWorks server, both season 1 and 2. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, no, I am just super eager to get started on this. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's time-lapse time. Alright, so phase 1 of the Mega Base is finally done, and I am thrilled with how this looks. This is incredible. This has to be one of the tallest structures I think I've ever built, and by time I'm done with it, this will end up being one of the biggest structures I've ever built. But this is all we're worried about today. So just to show how large this is, from down here you can get a really good perspective of it. So first of all, ignore this. So this is my super duper concrete maker inator thing. I don't know what we're calling it, but it's there, it's temporary, it'll be moved. But from down here, you can get a really good view of just how tall this thing is, and you can really see the gradient on there, and I love it so much. This gradient is, well, for one, it's new for me. For two, doing gradients like this in general is new for me. I've never really done anything like this before, and I've never been crazy about it before. Now, admittedly, I used to be one of those Minecrafters that looked at the blocks, not for the color, but for the material that they were. So I would have never thought to mix anything like this at all. And, you know, over the past year, I've been branching out, trying new things, and I'm glad I did because this is incredible. So let's talk a little bit about the gradient. Okay, it goes from this green concrete into the jungle logs, into the dark oak, the stripped dark oak, I should say, into deep slate bricks, into cobbled deep slate, into tough, into cobblestone, regular stone, clay, mushroom stems, bone blocks, the chiseled quartz, and then the regular smooth quartz up there at the very top. And I love it. I love how it goes from this green, overgrown looking thing into being darker, into being this lighter color that we got from over here. What I really wanted was for this to blend in with what we had going on over here. I wanted it to look like it fit, but also fit the general aesthetic of everything else that we're looking for with the base. And we'll talk a little bit about that here in just a minute. But yeah, I love this. And a couple of my favorite things with this facade of a build is the shape that I've implemented in all of this. So not necessarily like the roofs and everything else, but I mean the circular windows right here, and then this one right here that's got a cursive L in it, and a lot of people keep referring to it as like a Willy Wonka L, but now that I've said it, I can't unsee it, and it is what it is. But I love those, and I really love this right here. And the idea was to have the colored stained glass behind these instead of the concrete, the black concrete that's back there. But I'm not entirely sure how I want that to look yet. And I didn't want to leave it blank, so we just filled that in for now, because I didn't really want to put all of that in and then as we're flying around just be able to see through all of it right now. So yeah, I think that just works really, really well for the time being. And I absolutely love this. This is an incredible start to a build. And honestly, I might have bit off a little bit more than I can chew. I might not be able to finish this mega base by the end of the season. We've got a while to go, so I'm not stressing it right now. But yeah, I love this so much. But I do feel like we need to touch a little bit on what I'm going for with this. So right in here, I've got this book called The Enchanted Oasis. And basically, in this book, I've got a bunch of different ideas jotted down for exactly what it is I'm looking for with this build. So what I really want is for the sightlines to be drawn to the center area, primarily being this castle, which is part of the reason why I chose it to be where it is. So from down there, you can really get that sightline as I'd shown you earlier. So from right down here, if you look up, I mean, it's pretty much all you see. And I want to keep it that way. I don't really want to put too much stuff right in here to obscure that view at all. One of the other things I've got here is various nature activities on the outside of the area, like hot springs or enchanted areas and stuff like that. And I haven't started on anything like that just yet, but what I am envisioning is this whole area being lush and overgrown and enchanted and so on and so forth, which is why this concrete down here, you know, the base is so green. It's to make it look like this area has been overgrown from everything else going around here. I've got to add to it, obviously, with the training and everything else. I mean, there's just a mix of things that's got to get added in, but that would definitely help. Then from there, the castle centerpiece, we're looking at it, and then lots of flowing water and greenery and stuff like that, which is what I tried down here. I also don't appreciate the game raining now that I'm trying to monologue, but whatever. So yeah, right here is what I really experimented with for that bullet point there. And then on or around the mountain using the landscape to my advantage. So what I'm kind of picturing is that these towers is going to wrap around and they're going to connect up with the mountain. The walls are as well. And then this castle, I'm sure as it's expanding around, it's also going to use the terrain to its advantage. We haven't really demonstrated that too much over here just yet, but that's going to be something that I'm really looking forward to. You guys know I love terraforming, so I'm looking forward to that. And then from there, a waterfall entrance. Now, that one did change. That idea did change. I wanted that to be right here, and what I pictured was two separate waterfalls, or no, one single waterfall right here, just running from the top on down the sides like this. And we kind of have that with that pipe right there. So I kind of got that vibe, but this is what it is. All of these bullet points might not be the biggest things in the world. They might just be little simple things like this. From there, custom terrain, mayhaps. No custom mountain lane. You're a madman if you go that route. I had to put that because I have to remind myself not to do that. I do want some custom terrain, but no custom mountains or anything like that. Super duper storage room Mark II goes under the castle somewhere, which is what I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I want my super duper storage room to go directly underneath here somewhere. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that just yet. We're going to figure that out later on. And then I also want several entrances to that storage room, be it through the donut down here, from back there somewhere, maybe from a side over here. I want it to be linked up in several different areas, so no matter where I'm at on the island, I can easily get to it. And then a mine entrance in a cave that leads to the donut. That is going to be that little cave that I was talking about back here, that little man-made cave that I want to do right there. That will eventually do that. And then let's see, what else do I have? Figure out what to do with the donut. Now, I do have a couple of ideas for this. We'll come back to this because I want to get some more work done with this before I even think about messing with this, but I do have some ideas. And then viewers can make suggestions on all parts of the base. Yeah, if you guys have ideas, suggestions, things that I should try, let me know. If there's like other videos that I should look at for reference for some of this stuff, let me know. Feel free to personally message me on Discord or whatever, or shout me out in the CraftWorks fan Discord and let me know what you guys think. Because at the end of the day, the reason I do this, not just for myself, it's for you guys, right? So I want to know what you guys think. I really look forward to hearing your thoughts and your suggestions. I think this is just going to be an incredible project, and I can't wait to get to work on this. I mean, this is absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, you do my outro.
Bye!
Oh, that's it? That's it?
Thank you guys for watching. Go give Lane some well wishes in the comments so that he feels better sooner. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe to let him know that you enjoyed it. It also helps support him and his channel. If you want him to add anything specific to his build, or if you have any concerns that you would like to be addressed, let him know in the comments below. He answers every comment that shows up in his videos. So that's cool. Bye.